You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Unstoppable Actors. I absolutely love teaching you about all things method acting, about all things how you can improve your performances, feel more confident in yourself as a new and upcoming actor. I love sharing all the mindset things with you, the business of acting. And today I want to share with you 2 pre-scene bad acting habits that you have got to drop immediately if you are doing these. And if you're not, just listen to them anyway so you can make sure that you never get caught up in their grip, because these 2 pre-scene bad acting habits honestly pave the way for scenes that just don't have truth or vitality or edge to them. And what I really want for you is for you to be immersing in the character and giving the performances of your life, because you're more than capable of that. And as an unknown and upcoming new actor, that's the thing that you need to be doing to be standing out and helping yourself get ahead in the industry. Before I share with you what these 2 pre-scene bad acting habits are, 2024 is your year to get cast quicker, wherever you are on your acting journey, whether you are new, just getting started, whether you've been at this for a little while, maybe a few months, a year, whether you're returning to the industry, whether you're a regularly auditioning actor, 2024 is your year to get cast quicker. And you absolutely can open up those floodgates to get an acting career that starts to take off this year. And you do that by polishing up your performances. So I would like to let you know about a free workshop that we've got on Saturday, the 27th of January. It's a 90-minute method acting deep dive, and it is such an inspiring, profound workshop that you really ought to be getting a free place at, because it will help you get to your acting goals much quicker. So if your goal this year is to give better performances and get cast more often, go and click the link and sign up and get your free place at this online 90-minute method acting workshop, because it will make the biggest difference and you will get light years ahead of where you are now. I'll remind you again at the end of the episode as well. So now let's dive into what these 2 pre-scene bad acting habits are. Well, before I do, I think it's safe to say that we all want to go into scenes giving our best work. We all want to connect to the character and feel that we were the character. We want to connect to the emotions and feel like we actually genuinely felt them. And whilst this comes from a good place, and they are definitely ambitions that you should have with scenes, these things can also pave the way for actors doing things that they think are helping but actually aren't. And one of them is going over and over the lines incessantly. And the other is doing all sorts of strange things to evoke emotions and not really feeling satisfied until you've got that emotion. For example, if you've got a sad scene to do, you're not going to be satisfied until there's tears, until you've got some form of tear in your eye and you can feel that emotion swishing around in your body. Now, it might actually surprise you, but these 2 things are actually a form of stage fright. And you might not necessarily consider yourself an actor who has stage fright, but stage fright is also known as performance anxiety. And in method acting, we call it mental tension. Now, actors do these 2 things, going over and over lines and all sorts of strange things to try and get emotions surfacing before the scenes even began, to try and exert a sense of control over the performance. And as a way of thinking, it will help the performance go well. And that's why it's known as performance anxiety, because it's not coming from a grounded, confident, creative place. And actually doing both of these things takes a lot of energy. And that's energy that you really need for the performance. So what we need to do instead is we need to replace these with relaxing, firstly, and then secondly, engaging the imagination without forcing anything. Now, when you do the 2 pre-scene bad acting habits, you might feel like you're invoking the truth because you've got so used to doing these habits and they've become almost like a performance ritual. But actually, you're not going to share the truth. You want to be aiming for a feeling of being grounded and not pumped. You don't want to be running off adrenaline, which is what both of these things do, because when you're in a place of having adrenaline running around your body, you're actually coming from a place of stress. Whereas when you're grounded, it gives you access to what we call your pure, unfiltered imagination. We call it that in method acting. And then that paves the way for new ideas, sharper creativity, better choices, and a better chance of immersing into the character in a more authentic and truthful way. Whereas the other 2 things, they limit you. They mean that you've already got an idea of how things should be going, how the scene should be going, and anything else that happens is not going to satisfy you because they are coming from that place of anxiety. So you've got to get into the habit of relaxing before scenes and trusting that the lines are there. They are. You know them. If you've spent time and energy and effort learning them, they are there. You're not going to forget them. That's just anxiety. And then you've got to spend time after you've relaxed, engaging your imagination. So how do we do that? Well, we use techniques in method acting such as sense memory, tell me who you are, yes and rampaging, because these move you away from forcing and they get you to engage in an activity that reveals a part of the character that you can't actually access when you're trying to force out emotions or you're going over and over lines. So when you engage yourself in these activities, they lead you to fully immersing in the role and they lead you to fully immersing in the scene and having a genuine experience, which is what we're always aiming for. We're not aiming to force things or to fake act or to conjure up emotions. We're aiming to immerse in the role and in the scene and have a genuine experience. This then means that each time you do the scene, it'll never be a carbon copy of the last time you performed it because it comes from the unconscious. This is really important for you to know because we want our performances to come from our unconscious mind. And our unconscious mind is the part of the mind that we're not aware of. And this is a really important part to access in acting because it drives behaviour. And as acting is a visual art, it is based on human behaviour above everything else, above emotions, above words, because the emotions and the byproducts are, the emotions and the words are a byproduct of human behaviour. So I hope this has given you food for thought and it's made you think differently about how you are going to start scenes, because what you do before the scene begins paves the way for how the scene will end up. So if you want to try out the yes and exercise, and you want to try out 2 other powerful method acting exercises that are going to get you deep into the character and creating your best performances, then register your place at our up-and-coming online workshop on Saturday the 27th of January, because that's where we're going to be going through these exercises. It's called In Character, Polish Your Performances and Get Cast Quicker, and the link is underneath the episode. See you there! I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.